One of the things that Jacksonville North Pulaski School District recognized early on is that for many of our scholars, traditional education does not work.
Every instructor wants to see that light bulb moment, in a student's eye. Whenever they are able to successfully get through the lab and they're like, wow, that was awesome.
Cybersecurity is a continuously growing puzzle that needs to be solved.
What makes the community of Jacksonville, Arkansas great? 3 words come to mind: duty, honor, and service. I cannot recall one time that this community has been asked to step up as it relates to their scholars' education or the betterment of this community, and they've not done it.
The cybersecurity program here at Jacksonville is an incredible program. The cybersecurity industry is growing. There's a huge gap of jobs in the industry, and Jacksonville's poured a lot into these students to really help them succeed later on.
Router 1 here. What happens when you do that?
Here in Central Arkansas and at Little Rock Air Force Base, we've integrated into the classroom in a way that we can actually help coach and mentor those students as they develop skill sets that will serve them well, whether they choose to wear a uniform or not.
How many IP addresses?
24, that should have been all 255.
Oh, absolutely.
The benefit of having a service member come in from the air base and do cybersecurity programs with us is the fact that not only do you get real-world experience by them helping you, you have somebody in there that does this every day.
I've been in the cybersecurity program for 2 years now. It's been really fun so far. We've learned from coding to hacking to system safety.
The district brought several stakeholders to the table. You brought community people, we brought the Air Force Base to look at the possibility of not only just offering it for interest's sake, but offering it to develop the workforce in the area, because what we discovered is there's a need for this particular area. We were awarded a grant through the Military Affairs Grant Program, and the funds were used to buy equipment, to offset costs for instructors, and for training.
We talked with local companies, we talked with companies nationwide to see how they could help us in designing this classroom. Some of them were kind of really surprised that we were going to be doing this at the K-12 level, because usually this is more higher ed.
So what's unique about this cybersecurity program, I think, is that it is a evolving career field in our economy. And so these students aren't just getting IT foundations, they're getting cybersecurity fundamentals. And I think that's going to enable them to be even more competitive once they step out of high school.
We've learned how to break down different IP addresses, how to program, and how to build networks. And so you really get the foundation of how a computer is built. It's not just a screen or a keyboard.
Some of us that are in that class want to do this as a career, and they understand that, and they try to expand our knowledge on what we might need to know. They feed into our curiosity. How does this work? Why? Why doesn't this work?
The Air Force needs those jobs just as much as the corporate world needs those jobs. And so we had talked to them during the planning phase to be able to say, okay, what do you need as a military installation? What type of people are you looking to employ?
So this education program is steered towards them gaining certs or certificates that enable them to go get jobs right out of high school, or translate to them going into college and just being competitive. And the cybersecurity industry certifications mean a lot.
Normally, they don't get those certifications until college or until they get into the workplace. So being able to have a student graduate at 18 years old with some of these certifications, I think is an amazing accomplishment.
The reason that I want to push for the network or security plus exam certificate is because while I'm in college studying to be a mechanical engineer, it can not only help me to secure the technology that I'm building, but I could also have a part-time job doing what I know, what I love.
So Jacksonville High School's cyber program is just one of many examples in which airmen are actually committed to going beyond the gates. Team Little Rock is committed to actually bettering the region in which we live, knowing full well that the region and the communities that we're surrounded by are committed to our betterment as well.
It is that sense of community. It is that sense of pride. It is that sense of service and honor and sacrifice. And we honor that in our community. So the community and the Air Force Base have been seamlessly one for a very long time.
With programs like these, kids who are passionate about technology, who are passionate about the inner workings of a phone or a computer or a network, programs like these can push them, teach them, help them to grow. And when I get out of college, both the work experience that I had during college and my degree can help me to do something extraordinary.